All right, hi class. My name is Ashley Kraft, and this is the Learning Teaching Interaction for week 3. My baby is sad, so she will be joining us today. And let's get started. So for chapters 1 and 18 for the first week, I talked about how I'm interested in outreach family life education, which is really what the whole book is based on. That, you know, in this capacity, I'm able to conduct non-traditional adult classes that, you know, garner a lot of participation from people who are at risk or, you know, preventative situations like I'm going to be doing with my workshop. And so, you know, it's something that offers a lot of opportunity for personal growth, both from the instructor and the students. And I really like that about it. And then, you know, it talks about, you know, what skills do you have to bring to the table? Well, I'm a mother, so, you know, I understand a little bit about parenting, not a whole lot, but, you know, I've taken enough parenting classes to be able to help somebody else, I think. Can we get down? And, you know, I'm also a wife, which would help me with any marriage classes. And that's actually what I'm doing my workshop on, is I'm presenting a workshop on marriage enhancement and also on, you know, sort of divorce prevention, I guess you could say, because that's what marriage enhancement will do. And then scholarly peer-reviewed research is really important, because if you're just throwing out stats that you think are right, or, you know, things that are personal to you, it might not necessarily help anybody else. You know, I talked about in my outline how, you know, if I can say that my husband and I really bonded over horseback riding, and that's what saved our marriage, I'm not going to go out and teach a whole class of people that aren't interested in horses that horseback riding is going to save their marriage, because it's not. You know, it's a personal thing, and that's why these scholarly resources are super important, so that you can make sure that you're giving the best information possible to the people who need it the most. And then chapter 2. So out of the 3 levels of prevention, primary, secondary, and tertiary, I'd like to work with both primary and secondary. Thank you. You know, currently I'm working on a primary prevention workshop, you know, to help people that aren't at risk right now, but could be in the future. And so it's all about preventing those problems from arising in the first place. And, you know, down the road, I'm still waiting for a call back from social services, but I'm very much hoping to intern with them. And that would be secondary prevention. You know, it's geared towards working with those who are at risk and helping to prevent further and more serious problems. So hopefully that'll be a good fit for the career that I'm looking for, and we'll see. Cross your fingers. And then it talks about therapeutic remediation, which it's super important that if you do not have the, you know, the degree, the education, and everything else to begin therapeutic remediation with an audience, that don't even attempt it, because you could end up making things a lot worse. If you're a family life educator and a family life educator alone, that's all you want to be doing. You know, and that's where you can be your best. That's where you can help the most, and leave the therapy up to other people who are more qualified. Identifying the needs of the target audience is super important, because you want to find out what in your community is an actual problem. You know, if I do a whole seminar in a really squeaky clean, rich town about gang violence, it's not going to hit home the way that it would in a more at-risk city. And so you have to really make sure that what you're presenting is wanted and needed. And then talking about chapter 16, Oh, so that's all about marketing and selling products. And in my outline, I talk about how for 5 years I worked at, 6 years, I worked at Ace Hardware and I was a cashier. And towards the like the last year that I worked there, we were pushing an item of the month, and everyone would have it at their register, and whoever could sell the most would like get a prize or something. I don't even remember. But you know, one of the products that we sold, I don't know if you guys ever used it, but it's the Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. And I am a diehard fan of the Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. That is my go-to for everything that I clean. And so I was like super good at pushing it because I was really passionate about it. And I was honest about how it worked and how I felt about it. And so, you know, I ended up winning that month. I think I won a clipboard. I don't remember, but just shows that when you're, you know, honest and passionate and really genuinely love the product you're selling, then that will show to the people that you're targeting. And I think it's the same way with family life education, that if you're passionate about something, that you can get others to be passionate about it too. If you're passionate about their well-being and, you know, want good things for their lives, then it helps them to be passionate about that as well. And then for this week, for the Chapter 1 and Appendix A, it talks about the different approaches. I like the facilitator approach. I think it's really neat that, you know, the audience and the family life educator, that they're co-equals, and, you know, that the audience is treated as intelligent, as having a lot of knowledge, and just needing kind of a facilitator to help them achieve their goals. I believe that the purpose of the family is to be a setting for growth. You know, we're tested, we're humbled, we're strengthened, we're loved. Everything happens within the family. And so I think that's really vital to remember when we're teaching other people, and, you know, it's vital to remember ourselves. I liked the principles in the Appendix A. They mentioned empathy and goodness and legacy and affirmation of audience freedom. And I added to the list emotional strength and passionate work ethic. And that is all I'll say, because I'm almost at 8 minutes. And hope you guys have a fabulous day. And I will talk to you on the forums. Bye.